Hey guys, Downphoenix here, and we are back to Super Mario Kart. I've been playing as Toad. I just finished the 50cc Mushroom Cup race. Quite easy. If you've seen it before, you know exactly what I mean. Now we're moving on to Flower Cup, which is a little bit more difficult. We're starting with the Chocolate Course, which I guess you could say is more like a mud course. So it is a little more difficult to make turns on this course. You know, it's definitely, the roads are a little more hard to turn on. So you don't want to really do the whole jump turn thing a whole lot. You want to just stick with regular turns and, you know, jumping as well, you know, to help with navigating the course. But I really don't have any problem with this. You know, I'm experienced at Mario Kart. I've played this game for years, you know. I mean, I was there back in 1992 or whatever it was when it first came out. I remember getting this game as a kid, you know. And yeah, we played it all the freaking time, you know. I mean, all the time. This was probably my most played game on the Super Nintendo. And I know in the previous video I said it's probably my favorite Super Nintendo game. I'm not sure if I want to stand by that statement particularly, although it is a wonderful game, you know. It's definitely in the top 5, if not top 3. But, you know, like in hindsight, you know, it has been a while since I really played a lot of Super Nintendo, so I don't want to, you know, stick to that statement right now until we get to that. But as you can see, we're in the final lap, and I'm almost a half track ahead of Princess. You know, like I said, I'm not having any difficulty here. I've already lapped 2 people, and as you're about to see, we're going to lap 4 people in this race. So I lapped the 5th place person. Yeah, it's a huge gap versus the CPU. Here comes Princess and Donkey Kong. They're about to make their rounds. Mario's right behind them. But yeah, way ahead of everybody else. I was 10 seconds ahead of Princess. Almost 20 full seconds ahead of Yoshi, which was the 5th place person to lap. So here's the next course. It's another ghost track. Kind of similar to the one we did back in the Mushroom Cup, but it's a little more difficult to navigate. There's a little more areas that there's, you know, gaps that you can fall into. And, you know, there's, you know, a couple of really wide turns, which you can easily take with the draft turn or whatever, but the drift turn or whatever. But yeah, I'm kind of just getting the feel of this course since it's been a long time since I played this particular track in the game. And here we got Princess trying to drop us with some magic mushrooms to make us small. Not successful though, Princess, not successful. Now, I really like the little jump burst on this track here. I skipped it this time, but it's usually better for you to just slow down a little bit and then hit that turn, as opposed to trying to go really fast. Or, yeah, she's really trying to fling those mushrooms out. She almost got me with that one. So we're going to try to close a little distance from her, so that maybe she won't hit us. I guess she must have hit that speed burst because she really kind of caught up there for a bit. So I'm going to hold on to this red shell just in case I need it. And yeah, Mario got hit with it, so he's a little tiny man now. Awesome. But yeah, Princess has really kept her ass on me the whole time. She's really on this course. It's not like the last course where it was pretty much a total blowout between me and the CPU. And dang, that was close. I'm going to slow down, hit this to get that final burst we need. Definitely a tougher race, but nothing Downphoenix can't handle. Nothing Downphoenix can't handle. As you see clearly, I'm not too bad at Mario Kart. I'm not going to say I'm the best, you know, but I'm not too bad. You know, of course, we're just on the 50cc's. This isn't really where the challenge begins. You're going to really enjoy the 100cc, 150cc races. I'm going to probably rage a little bit on the 100cc's. Because there's some pretty tough races there. But here we are, we're back on the grass course here. Now this one is kind of annoying, because this is the first one that you really have to mess with the gophers, and God, are they annoying. You'll see in a little while what I mean if I run into one of them. But, oh, there we go, right there. I ran into one right there. They kind of slow you down a little bit, and you have to jump a lot to get them off your cart. But yeah, you definitely want to jump to get rid of them because they slow you down. So here we go on lap 2 now. And let's see what we get here. Oh, banana, of course. We'll place another banana. So hopefully someone will hit it. There we go, Princess. Slowed you down a little bit. That's good. That's good. But Donkey Kong, he's still doing pretty good here. And it's not going to take Princess too long to catch up. Look how fast she's going on the mini-map there. She's already caught up. She's just passed Donkey Kong. It was probably like 10 seconds ago that she got hit by that banana, and she's already back in second place. But thankfully, that banana did help me close the, make the gap wider between us, so that I can more comfortably race this and deal with these freaking gophers instead of have to worry about the CPU cards. Yeah, this one is definitely a good track for drifting. A lot of wide turns. So, if you're, if you really like doing that, this is a good track to get your practice on with that. Okay, so we're going to place another banana here in a kind of a tight area. Hopefully, the CPU will get hit by it. And nope, doesn't look like any of them are going to get hit by it. Probably be one of the lower CPUs like Yoshi or Luigi or something like that. We'll see. But yeah, we're just about done with this race, and I got pretty good, about 5 second, or so gap between me and Princess. And yeah, I had to slowly go around those bananas. I kind of placed that trap for myself almost. So yeah, here we go. I'm gonna take these final couple of turns here, nice and wide, so that we can get the best possible speeds around them. And that's the end of that course. That's one of the longer courses, it just takes a little while to get around it. But, like I said, I still did pretty good on that particular course. The last lap was actually my best lap. And, yeah, I had a 7-second, Princess had a 7-second deficit on me. So I totally rocked that one. So, now it's time on to round 4. It's a Bowser Castle. Is anyone surprised about that? No, I don't think so. This one's definitely a little more tricky to navigate, though. As you might see in this course, there's a lot more turns, and you'll also notice a lot of narrow areas with jumps and things like that. This definitely means that you're going to have a lot more risk falling into the lava as opposed to the last one. Now, right there in that little spot that I just passed, if you got a feather, you can take a massive shortcut and jump across that. But it's not the easiest thing to do, and honestly, I don't recommend it in the lower CCs. I recommend only trying in the higher CCs because the additional speed that your car is going to have is going to be needed to make that, to easily make that jump. And you have to have a feather, like I said. I'll see if I can get around to doing something like that. If I grab a feather, I'll probably make an attempt at it. Yeah, but that speed burst really will screw you up unless you do make that particular jump I'm talking about. So it's not even worth trying to hit it. Because, you're just going to bounce off the wall like I did back there. So here we are on lap 3. Even though this one's got a lot more turns and stuff, it's not really a longer course than the first Bowser Castle. It's about the same length, really. It's just that, there's a lot more turns. So it is a little bit slower to get around the track. And, yeah, that's really all I got to say about that. But I got a pretty good number of coins. I've got a, nice distant gap against Princess and Donkey Kong. Not quite as good of a gap as I had on the first Bowser Castle. It seems like the CPU, they kind of navigate this one a little bit better than the first one, but not by much, Maybe it's just that I'm having slightly more difficulty, and that's why it seems like they're catching up a little better. But I still got a pretty good closing on them, It's not going to... They ain't going to even get close unless I get really screwed up. Yeah, it's game over. I'm a half track ahead of them now at this point in the last lap. There's no way they were to catch me. But I never got a feather, so maybe in the 100cc rounds I'll give it a shot on that jump. We'll see. Alright, so... Yeah, usually with those tight corners, like I said, it's best to kind of jump and turn, but don't do the drift thing, Or, just do it for a very short amount of time, because you want to try to keep control of the turn and, stay focused on that before you get around. But this is the easy 15+ second gap that I have here. We'll see what the final results of that are. Oh my god! 17, 18 seconds. That is pathetic. That's just as bad as the last one. You have no chance, Princess. They're going to do better in the 100cc's, though, I assure you. They get better at those courses. So here we go. We got another Mario Circuit one. This one has a lot of tight turns, a lot of sandbanks. It's a pretty simple course overall. But like I said, with the tight turns, you do have to be wary of doing the drifting turns. This is not a drift-friendly track in comparison to the original ones. But if you drift there, you get a crap load of coins. You get like 10 coins if you drift perfectly there. Alright, it got some oil slicks there. Well, those can be a little tricky to navigate. Missed that speed burst there at the end. But that's alright. That's alright. So here we are on lap 2. Grab some coins. Like I said, the coins, they boost your speed, so you definitely want them. We're going to try to drift it now. Bam! I nailed it. Nailed it. That was a perfect drift right there. Okay, so sometimes it's better in that particular scenario just to hit the sandbank there, because you can make it up with that speed burst later on. But yeah, I'm still kind of struggling to keep my lead on the CPU here. You know, they really are kind of sticking it close. You know, like I said, the CPU, they navigate these particular courses quite nicely. Yeah, so don't drift there, just use a regular turn. You'll easily hit that speed burst. That'll gain you about an extra half second or so on the course, so might as well do it, you know? One thing you might notice is that mushroom, I was about to run into it, but it disappeared. See, with the memory limitations of this game, only so many projectiles at once can be on the track, and I just got hit by the freaking oil spill. But we're gonna miss with that and hit ourselves with it. Oh, this is gonna be a little tricky indeed. Can he make it? Can he win at the end of the race? I know it looks tight, but I am getting a pretty good closing here on the princess, and there I go, past her. Even though I got hit twice in a row, I managed it very well indeed. It's speed through there, and really, there we go. Princess got hit by her own mini mushroom. So yeah, that was quite awesome indeed. But like I was saying, there is the memory limitations with the projectiles. So you definitely want to keep that in mind in this game if you're going to lay out like a banana peel or a turtle shell or anything like that, so that you'll know if it's actually going to affect anything you've previously placed, or if it might get rid of something the CPU places. You know, basically the game will remove it in the order that it was placed. That mushroom was placed way back in like lap 2 or something like that, so yeah, it removed it because that was like an early object. But that was the flower cup, guys. So with that, guys, Downphoenix out.